Right.
Who wanted to be like Chris Lighty? Jimmy Henchman.
Yeah.
What did Jimmy Henchman do?
You said
Move
that.
on the same block as Chris Lighty. Who did Chris Lighty have? LL, Diddy, Free, 50, Buster. He ran the tunnel at 18. Who did Henchman want to be? Chris Lighty. Who was we down with? Chris Lighty. Beef is inherited. Stop playing.
50 Cent the rapper, he'll be known as 50 Cent the rapper, and 50 Cent the street legend will be known as 50 Cent the street legend. There's no comparison. To me, that's a great honor to know that I knew that person who influenced that. I'm not living the fantasy of the music business.
Well, don't give me no pass, man. I don't deserve passes. I'm a f***ed up. Okay, you should do something to me. You understand what I'm saying? Send mixed messages, you know. But now that I got your address, if we go there, we'll be on your doorstep.
50 Cent and Jimmy Henchman have a beef that runs deep, so deep that one of 50 Cent's close friends lost his life because of it, and 50 himself nearly got killed. James Rosemond, otherwise known as Jimmy Henchman, was a notoriously known gangster in New York City, with strong connections to 50 Cent's mentor growing up, Kenneth Supreme McGriff. At first, 50 didn't really have any personal issues with Jimmy, but that changed after 50 Cent blew up in 2003 with his Get Rich or Die Tryin' album. Around that time, Dr. Dre signed a rapper named The Game. Eventually, Dre asked 50 if The Game could join G-Unit. Since they already had New York locked down and Young Buck representing the South, 50 figured adding The Game would bring a West Coast presence. The deal was inked, and The Game officially joined G-Unit. But The Game's manager at the time was Jimmy Henchman, who had jealousy and resentment toward 50, especially after his rise to fame. In the months leading up to The Game's debut album, The Documentary, 50 believed that Jimmy Henchman was getting in The Game's ear, encouraging him to beef with 50 to become even bigger. Henchman even stated in an interview that the plan was always for The Game to surpass 50 Cent and outshine him. Another reason Jimmy disliked 50 was his close friendship with music executive Chris Lighty. According to Tony Yayo in an interview with DJ Vlad, Jimmy was also extremely jealous of Chris, and 50 Cent being close to him was another reason Jimmy had an issue with 50. The beef between Game and 50 officially kicked off in February 2005, and eventually, The Game started the G-You-Know campaign during Summer Jam that same year.
But I ain't no motherfucking punk, and I ain't nobody's soldier, and I don't follow suit like J.O. and Space. I'm a real, and that's why kicked me out the group, and I still don't give a to be mad at me, man. I'm a real, and I'm always gonna be the real. Documentary in stores. 4 times platinum worldwide. Y'all heard me do it. So make some motherfucking noise, man. Don't hate me. I ain't the motherfucking bad guy, man. And it's still 50. Now play my man. Listen. 50 Cent can suck my. Roy Gates can suck my. Tony Yayo can suck my. G-Unit can suck my. Olivia can suck my. Young Buck can suck my. That's what it is.
50 Cent barely responded to The Game, but on October 1st, 2005, the G-Unit Radio 14 Back to Business mixtape was released, and on the song Emotional, 50 expressed how he really felt about the whole G-Unit campaign. He also took a shot at The Game's new image, suggesting that Jimmy was the one behind it all, basically telling The Game what moves to make and encouraging him to go against 50.
Hey man, that's Jimmy, man. See, that's why I don't like them old school niggas, man. Now you know Jimmy told him to do that. Go out there and say, she do not. You know? Well, Jimmy, why you don't tell him how he gonna pay his bills now?
The beef between 50 Cent, G-Unit, and Jimmy Henchman officially kicked off after this. Jimmy kept pushing The Game to go after 50 Cent, and that's exactly what Game did. he dropped multiple mixtapes and diss tracks targeting 50 throughout the rest of 2005 and into 2006. Then in 2006, 50 Cent finally fired back at the game with the track I'm Not Rich, I'm Still Lying. On this song, 50 not only took direct shots at the game but also aimed at Jimmy Henchman, making it clear that he saw both of them as part of the problem.
Oh man, I hope it does well. You trying to be funny, D-Mac cut all my money, and Jimmy robbing me, they listening probably.
After that, on July 5th, 2006, G-Unit Radio 21 Hate It or Love It mixtape was released, and this entire project was dedicated to dissing the game. As shown on the cover, 50 Cent had the game's head photoshopped onto the body of a male stripper, basically mocking him and fueling rumors that before his rap career, the game had worked as a stripper.
Put your cheeks together for my Hurricane Games.
I woke up from the coma 2001. Yeah. Hate it or love it.
Yeah,
I'm on top.
I love it.
Yeah, it's my summer. Go ahead, say something. I want you to say something, so I can smack the black off you, nigga. I spit in your face.
After that, the beef reignited with multiple diss tracks exchanged between 50 Cent and the game in 2007, but things would soon take a deadly turn. In March of that year, Jimmy Henchman's son was walking into the building where his father's office was located when he ran into Tony Yayo and his associate, Lodi Mac. They confronted the 14-year-old boy. Tony Yayo actually slapped him in the face, while Lodi Mac pulled out a gun and threatened his life. The boy ran inside and told his father what happened, and the entire incident was caught on security cameras. Tony Yayo was later arrested and charged, though the charge was dropped after Lodi Mac claimed full responsibility, saying he was the one who slapped Henchman's son. Mac ended up serving 2 years in prison for the assault, but just weeks after his release, he was shot and killed in New York. According to Tony Yayo, the murder was a direct result of Jimmy Henchman putting a hit out on Lodi Mac, and the man who carried it out was allegedly Mac's former prison cellmate.
Because your man did a year and then got killed when he came out.
Yeah, the actual hitman it's all documented. Like, you could look it up, so I don't want to seem like I'm dry snitching. It's like, if you read Jimmy Henchman case, all this is documented. But the hitman was actually in jail with my friend. So he befriended him in jail. And then when he got home, that's the same hitman that was his friend in jail. It was the actual hitman. All the dudes
How f***ed up is that?
I mean, it just tells you,
How
anybody will do anything for the money. You know what I'm saying? I had money on my head plenty of times. Like, when I was locked up on the island, I heard money on my head. I had so-called money on my head in the street. You know what I'm saying? 50 so-called had money on his head. Everybody is just a part of, fucking with 50 Cent and being a part of G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You live and you learn. That's why when I see these rap beefs, I know how serious it can get.
This was only the beginning of what Jimmy Henchman had planned for Tony Yayo and 50 Cent. The first time Jimmy tried to kill 50 was while driving down Manhattan's West Side Highway. He took his hand off the wheel to grab his gun as he passed by 50 Cent's building, ready to open fire, but stopped after noticing police nearby. After that failed attempt, Jimmy devised a plan to blow up 50 Cent's bulletproof van. Knowing the vehicle was resistant to bullets, he figured an explosion might succeed in killing him. Jimmy didn't stop there. He continued targeting both Yayo and 50, even going as far as doing a drive-by shooting on Yayo's mother's house using a silenced pistol. His final attempt came when he spotted Tony Yayo's Bentley parked outside and fired multiple rounds into it during another drive-by. Fortunately for Yayo, he wasn't in the Bentley at the time, but was instead sitting safely inside the bulletproof van parked just behind it.
My issue was really more with Jimmy Henchman. And then, as we leaving, I left Apollo. I'm around the corner. My Bentley got shot up, but luckily I was in my bulletproof truck behind the Bentley. So we all on our phones not paying attention, and some dude with a hoodie came by and squeezed probably 4 or 5 bullets into the Bentley. I didn't report it to the police. I took it home, got a boom job, 20,000, got the door fixed. Because, once your car gets shot up, it's confiscated. It's police evidence. You might not never get it back.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As much shootouts as G-Unit been in, we know the law, everything.
Yeah, for real.
And, when my mom's crib got shot up, that's why when you see these rap beefs and you see a lot of media amping this shit up.
After all this went down, 50 Cent found out that some of Jimmy Henchman's goons were living in Atlanta, so 50 tracked down one of their addresses and began leaving threatening phone calls. He even had his own people leave a dead rat in front of the door as a warning. 50 later referenced this incident on the track Get the Message from his War Angel LP mixtape, where he directly took aim at both Jimmy and his associate PR, making it clear that he wasn't backing down from the ongoing war.
I left a message by your door, you got a grown 44. Get the message, come out and get the message. Tell my little niggas fuck brain, and any motherfucker down with them can suck me. I'm still man.
In June 2010, Jimmy Henchman was arrested on serious charges, including cocaine trafficking, money laundering, and witness tampering. His trial was set for May 2012, but shortly after it ended in June that same year, Henchman was hit with 4 additional charges related to the death of Lodi Mack. These included murder for hire and conspiracy to commit murder. Jimmy was reportedly looking for plea bargains and willing to snitch on others to reduce his sentence. Then on May 22, 2012, 50 Cent dropped a mixtape called The Lost Tape, and on the track Complicated, he took direct shots at Jimmy Henchman and his murder case, calling him out for being a rat and trying to get a lighter sentence by cooperating with authorities.
Fuck pill popping that strap, I pop that. Watch the henchman trial, see a rat on a rat.
After that, 50 Cent dropped his album Animal Ambition on June 3, 2014, and on the track Hold On, he referenced the incident where Tony Yayo slapped Jimmy Henchman's son. Jimmy later responded to the diss, denying that he snitched, and even claiming that 50 Cent was actually going to testify against him. 50 fired back on Instagram, posting a picture of Jimmy's paperwork with the caption, "Old Gangsta Jimmy, SMH, LMAO, washed up, hatcha Jimmy Snitchman." Eventually, on November 29, 2017, Jimmy Henchman was officially convicted. 50 kept mocking him on Instagram until Jimmy recorded his reaction to receiving 2 life sentences. And of course, 50 Cent had a response to that too.
Apologize. I want to apologize to the massive for letting these sucker ass catch me out there like that. I talk about suckers, I'm talking about those who perpetrated to be either my friend, who were wearing wiretaps, who got on the stand and lied, man. I want to apologize to those that I let down for letting some suckers play me. And I just want you to know, man, that I didn't know. I just didn't know that these dudes was that jealous. That jealousy would allow them or make them do the things that they did. And it's almost like a sucker killed me, man. It's like I let a sucker come down on me, man, and beat me up and kill me, man. And this is the same feeling. It's almost like it's parallel together. And so I want to apologize to all those who have lost their life, dedicated their life to the game. I want to apologize to you for what I allowed to happen to me. I am very sorry. Trust you me.
Brian McLeod to kill Llewellyn Fletcher. You know, one of the things that I did ask Brian McLeod to do was I asked him to bring Fletcher or Yayo to me. So took it upon himself and he killed Llewellyn Fletcher. So here's the most important thing out of this whole thing. I'm not the murderer here. The murderer in this whole situation is home. All he had to do was point the finger at me, and he went home. And I'm in jail for life when I never hired him to kill anyone. So, you know,
Oh, gee, Jimmy the Rat.
I'm glad that it was overturned. I'm happy. It's hopefully that, you know, I won't have to go back to trial.
As it stands, Jimmy Henchman is now behind bars for the rest of his life, while 50 Cent lived through it all to tell the story. So, at this point, It's pretty clear who came out on top and ultimately won this war.